Hello everyone, welcome back to Full Invasion. This is Rome versus the Empire. The Empire are the invaders. Clearly. Look at that fancy heart. I don't think I've actually played as Rome yet, since I started playing this again, right? I don't think I have. And I like Rome a lot more than I like the Greek city-states. A lot more. No, 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 no. Please don't Lord of the Rings. No, no, no. My friends, please. I really hope that vote doesn't pass. Ah yes, the Roman shield wall. There goes the shield wall. Yachts. So I saw another, I don't know, ad, commercial, like a short little 50-minute, or 50-second clip of the Warcraft movie that's coming out next month. Oh, man. Again, I want this movie to be really good. I want it to be really good. I love Warcraft. And I love the era of the Warcraft lore that they're telling the story from, because it's like the beginning of... Anyway. But man, it's it shows this human patrol, I guess, getting ambushed in a forest. I'm not sure where you can find it. I don't know what it's called, but I did retweet it on my Twitter. And one of the first things I noticed is that when these humans get ambushed, there's a moment where this orc is coming out of the forest. It's like the second orc you see. Although before that, you hear an orc say Loktar Ogar, and that's pretty cool. And then he kills a couple humans. That's pretty sweet. But anyway, the second orc comes out, and he's running through this, like, tall grass and, you know, bushes and stuff. And the way he's running through it, my eyes immediately picked up that he kind of runs, like, literally through the grass. Kind of like you do in video games where the grass doesn't part for you. Because, well, some games it does, but in a lot of games it doesn't, because that's just what games, you know, do. They have to make sacrifices here and there. And so your character, you know, you literally run through grass. Like, you become one with the grass, you go through it. And I noticed, and I'm not really a nitpick, critique kind of person to really get down into the nitty-gritty of like, oh my god, this orc didn't part the grass in front of him. But I bring it up because it's something that I immediately noticed. I wasn't looking for it. I was just casually watching this 50-second clip like, oh, this is cool. That orc jumped out of a tree. That's pretty sweet. I was like, wait a minute. This other orc just, like, didn't even part the grass, really. And it's just one of the things that I'm worried about the movie, because I'm not even necessarily worried about the story. Like, the story, I'm sure, is probably going to be pretty good. That's not what concerns me. Not even really the acting concerns me either. I'm sure that's going to be great, too. It's mostly just, when you put a bunch of CG characters interacting with real characters, it could be a bit jarring if not done right. You know, like, think about the Star Wars prequels. Now, that was a long time ago. CG has come a long way since then. But that's still kind of the feeling I get, because when I see this orc running through the grass, and the grass, some of it kind of parts, but for the most part it just looks like he's fading through the grass, or just going right through it without it moving at all. It pulled me out of it. I know this is one just very tiny thing, but that's the same kind of feeling I've gotten with most of the trailers. Whenever you see the humans interacting with the orcs, I'm like, man, that's just... my brain isn't believing it. My brain sees these two things that belong in two whole separate universes. Like, if everything was CG, my brain would accept all the characters. If they were all live action, my brain would accept all the characters. You know, kind of like Lord of the Rings. That's why Lord of the Rings works so well, is because of all of the physical sets, the physicality to it, the great prosthetics that they used in Lord of the Rings. And so you have, you know, these Orokai who are just other people that are dressed up, you know, in fancy costumes, basically. But your brain accepts it because it looks so good, and it looks real because it is. But in this, my brain just keeps kind of... I get removed from these trailers because whenever I see the CG characters interact with the humans, my brain's just like, something's wrong here. And so that was just another example in this little 50-second clip, which is pretty cool. Like, it's a battle between humans and orcs, and it's awesome. It's just my brain keeps getting pulled out at moments like that, when the grass is imparting, and it's very tall grass. It's not like this grass has been mowed. This comes up to like the orcs' like knees and stuff, and the orcs are pretty big. And I'm like, man. And so it just pulls you out, and I'm just really worried about those types of moments happening a lot in the movie. Again, I'm sure the story's going to be good. I'm pretty sure the acting's going to be good. It's just those... it's the CG against humans. Against real people. And it's not even something like I'm going to actively be trying to critique as I'm watching the movie whenever it comes out. Actually, no, when it comes out June 10th. I'm not going to be looking for it, because I'm not that type of person. I don't really critique that hardcore, you know, that's... most of the times, I turn my brain off when I watch movies, and I just allow myself to be entertained. I don't think about them too much. I don't try to tear them down like, well, I don't know, man, there's a plot hole here. Like, I don't care. I'm just there to be entertained. It's just this... It's this, like, thing that just happens, though. That where you get pulled out of the movie. Not by intention. You just kind of passively get pulled out. And that's one of my main concerns, is that I'm going to be constantly... my brain is going to be like, this character is not real. This is not real. And that's my main concern about the movie. And I wish I could turn that part of my brain off. That could just be like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. That orc just totally phased through the grass. It doesn't matter. It does. Like, it doesn't in video games, because you expect it, and everything is, you know, just a bunch of pixels on the screen. But in this movie, you know, it's not a bunch of just pixels. It's not pixel orcs going through pixel grass attacking pixel humans. It's pixel orcs going through pixel grass, maybe real grass, I don't know, attacking real humans. Oh, but I want that movie to be so good. Because I watched a panel they did at PAX East recently, and they were talking about, like, listen, I know, you know, you all want to see Illidan, you all want to see Arthas, we do too. And from the sounds of it, like, a lot of people working on this film, a lot of the, you know, big roles in it, the actor, the director, cinematography, like, all these people are real Warcraft fans, and so, you know, they really want to treat this with respect and want to make it the best it can be. Where was it going with that? I'm sorry, I saw the chat. Hold on. And that threw me off. Hey. Oh, right. So what they were saying is, like, if this movie does really well, like, you know, if it makes $1 billion, then perhaps they would be greenlit to make more Warcraft movies. Maybe there'll be a Warcraft, you know, series eventually. Like, if it gets big enough in the film industry, not just as a game, but as a film and as a entertainment product that appeals to the masses, again, like, through TV, movies, all that stuff, then you'll get more. You'll probably get more. There's this whole, like, plan laid out that if it does well, then we can see Illidan, you know, we can see the story of Arthas being turned, or the story of just Arthas being a Lich King. We can see Sylvanas. We can see all these people. We can see offshoots of... They even mentioned the Defias? Is that what that organization is called? Defias? I think there was, right? And, like, the SI organization? Anyway, they threw out a bunch of all these ideas that they have thought about. And, like, I want to see that, man. Oh, I want to see that so much. To see Arthas, the Lich King, on the screen. Oh, my God. To see him kill... spoiler alert for Warcraft 3, which is 14 years old. To see him kill Uther, to see him kill, like, just to go through his story in a movie or in a TV series, like, I want to see it. I want to see all of it. I want to see a Tauren. I want to see, you know, dragons. I'm sure we're probably not going to see any dragons. Not in this movie. I wouldn't think. Maybe we will. I don't know. Like, I want to see it all. Sindragosa, you know. Uh-oh, this server may be crashing. Huh. Yeah, let's all stare at the sun, everybody. Cool. So yeah, I really hope that I hope this is the biggest movie in the world. I don't think it's going to be. I really don't think it is. I want it to be. We'll go here. I want this to do better than Avatar. You know, I want this to break box office numbers, but I don't think it's going to. There's a huge crowd that's gonna see it, just because so many people know the Warcraft game through World of Warcraft. It's gonna make some money. I just don't know if it's gonna make enough, because I'm sure this film cost a lot of money through the marketing, through all of the CG that they had to do, through all the sets they had to build. They said they've been in production for this for like 3.5 years. They've been working on this movie. It's a long time. It's a lot of money that a lot of business people are going to want back and more for their investment put into this Warcraft film. And I hope it doesn't make. I hope it is so good. I hope that my brain eventually turns off to the point where I don't even see CG anymore. Because like in Avatar was kind of half CG, half human as well. But I was really never pulled out of the Avatar film watching the CG. Now it's been a while since I've seen it. That movie specifically. Maybe it doesn't age well. I don't know, but I'm hoping that maybe these trailers, for whatever reason, I'm just getting pulled out of the film. But when I'm actually watching the movie in its entirety, like, I won't see CG character and I won't see a human character. I'll see just characters. I'll see Durotan. Anyway, I'll see the orcs and the humans interacting with each other, and it would just feel real to me. I'm hoping that's what happens. And I want this movie to be just the best, the legit best. Because it would mean that video game movies can happen if done right. It would mean possibly more Warcraft sequels, which I'm sure we all want. Well, fans of Warcraft would want. Oh god, I would want that so much. If they could just tell the story of all of it, like because then the second movie would be the story of Lordaeron and the orcs, I guess, invading Lordaeron. Or maybe they would just skip Warcraft 2, because like technically this is Warcraft 1. In terms of the RTS games, what the story kind of comes from, because they have Garona, who was in Warcraft 1. They have Medivh, you know, and all that. Maybe they would skip just like to Warcraft 3 and do that kind of story with like the Arthas tale, the Rise of the Lich King. That would be sweet. See Illidan, Malfurion, all these people, just every single one of them. Be so cool. Be so cool. Are we losing this? Are they losing this? It would appear so. Oh, shot in the face. Farewell. I don't think I've ever seen this map before. That's an effective barrier. That person just walked right through it. But if it becomes big enough, think about just the expansion packs of like World of Warcraft, but then put to a movie. Think about, what is it, Cataclysm? When Deathwing, you know, was roaming the Earth again. Oh my, well, not Earth. Whatever their world is. What is their world called? You got Draenor, and then you got the world that Azeroth is on, and Lordaeron. What? Khazmodan, you know. Oh my god, what is that world called? That's very annoying, I can't remember. But yeah, to see Deathwing, to see, you know, the factions fight against... Oh my, there's so many possibilities. If this movie does good and they just... If this becomes... I don't think it's going to be, this is just my fanboyism talking, but if this becomes a property that is beloved as like Star Wars, could you imagine? Could you imagine? It wouldn't happen immediately, I don't think, even if this movie did gangbusters. But if it became like that, basically, well, I was going to say the fantasy version of Star Wars, but at this point, that would be Lord of the Rings in terms of, you know, the popularity and the reverence people hold for the property. If this becomes like another Lord of the Rings, though, but even more popular with more movies, more spin-offs, like what they're doing with the Star Wars films, you have like these core films, but then you have these anthology films between the other core films, that this like explores the story of, oh, I can't remember, Ronan? Ronan is a mage, right? He was in the book Day of the Dragon? Dawn of the Dragon? Day of the Dragon? I don't know, it's a Warcraft book I read like 10 years ago, Day of the Dragon. But you know, just these little one-off stories and all the movies and like the Netflix series. Oh my god. The fanboy in me just screams for it. Screams for it. The reality, the logical part of my brain says we get one Warcraft movie. It does alright, but doesn't do well enough to get even a sequel. But speaking about video game movies, real quick, there's also a trailer out there, it was released a few days ago, for the Assassin's Creed movie with Michael Fassbender. Now, you know, I follow games, and to a degree game movies, kind of, but even, I had no idea this was even that far, like, in the making. I knew it was a thing, but I had no idea that it was going to be released later this year, and, like, this trailer just comes out. I didn't even know Michael Fassbender was attached to the project. He's playing, like, the lead assassin. And judging from the trailer, it looks like they're doing the whole Abstergo thing. Michael Fassbender is going to go into, or attached to a machine and then go back in time to his ancestors. And so it's going to be probably two different storylines like they were in the Assassin's Creed, where you have the modern day stuff, or I guess kind of future stuff, and then the past stuff. And judging by the trailer, besides the Kanye West music, which there's a Kanye West song that plays in this Assassin's Creed trailer, and it really throws me off. It is bad. Like, I'm not like an active hater on Kanye West. I enjoy some of his music. I don't enjoy all of it, but I enjoy some of it. But man, this really felt out of place. But besides that, the trailer itself for Assassin's Creed I thought was pretty cool. And it's another hope for video game movies. I mean, oh god. Michael Fassbender's attached to this. And he's had a pretty good selection of movies that he's done in the past decade, over the past decade. He's done a lot of good films. So I would think that he wouldn't attach himself to a movie that doesn't show signs of promise. And the trailer does show signs of promise to me. It looks kind of cool. Again, besides the Kanye West music, which just... It's kind of the exact opposite of... what was a game called? Saints Row 3, I think, had that trailer where the Kanye West music played. And that was an amazing song for that trailer. It worked really well. Kanye West also had that same song in Saints Row 3, the game itself, when you drop out of a helicopter into a party and just shoot the whole place up. Amazing. That song was amazing for that game and for that trailer for Saints Row 3. The song for the Assassin's Creed trailer does not. It's the exact opposite. is the exact opposite. It is terrible. For me. I don't know, I thought it was pretty bad. I don't know, maybe not everyone would think that way. But like, I enjoyed the dubstep music in one of those Warcraft trailers a lot more than I did this Kanye West music for the Assassin's Creed trailer. I'm not kind of a fan of dubstep. Like, I'm not really into it too much anymore. I used to be when it first was like a big thing. Now I just kind of want to hear dubstep. I'm like, no, okay, all right. But like, I liked that dubstep song for the Warcraft trailer that came out like, I don't know, a month or two ago. So much more. I can't stress enough how this Kanye song just doesn't seem to fit that Assassin's Creed trailer. You gotta watch it for yourself. It's the one thing that I'm talking the most about that trailer, because it just... The entire trailer, I'm like, what is this song? Why? Who thought this was a good idea? The entire trailer. But besides that, it's a good trailer, I think. They even have the iconic moment of jumping off of a tall thing into a thing of hay, basically. Which I didn't know if they were going to do. Watching the trailer, I was like, I wonder if they're going to show that, because I thought about that exact thing, because it's kind of iconic for Assassin's Creed. But nah, it's in there. And it's a very tall building. And I'm like, okay, sure, you went for it. I appreciate it. A lot of parkour in the trailer. It's pretty cool. You should watch it. You should watch it. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. As much as I enjoy shooting guns into people's faces, I'm going to end it here. So thanks for watching. I will see you all next time. Take care.